Hi friends, what's up turds, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all in between? It's me, your girl, Daisy Dame. Welcome back to my channel. I'm genuinely blessed to have you here. So today we are discussing, of course, as you know, Jimmy Donaldson, Mr. Beast. I do believe the cracks started to show when we heard about the Chris Tyson. Okay, so you guys know I don't have issues with anybody. I love everybody all the same, right? And I just find this circumstance really curious and interesting. I think it's important because obviously Mr. Beast is directed towards a child audience. He knows that. And Chris Tyson and that whole ordeal really did bring that whole switch with it, right, in front of these kids' eyes. And Chris was always one of Mr. Beast's best friends growing up. It makes sense that he would want to stick by Ava in this modern time. But at the same time, if what is alleged is true, which you guys likely already know if you've looked into this circumstance, foul ball, yeah, you can't talk to children that way. It's inappropriate. That type of art is inappropriate. Shadman, well, any of that just sounds terrible. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. So there's that on that. I don't really want to spend as much time on this area because there's more to talk about. Like, some of this might have been just dark humor, but honestly, it goes a little far when you start calling everybody daddy and stuff, and like their children. It's weird. And I'm sure that at the time they thought it was like endearing, but like, no. Good on Dogpack404 though for really taking the time to just put his videos together and put all that information together and all the clips together and just really being able to show exactly methodically how this all panned out, which, by the way, again, he did a great job. So another important point to make in this video is that Mr. Beast did part ways with his PR company not that long ago, like within the last couple months. So I too am curious, is this response due to that? Like, were they really helping keep these things down low? And then he thought he could just do it better and spend less, which seems like his MO a lot of the time is money and saving as much of it as he can. Good for you, homie, but you didn't have to blow up YouTube and everything in that path, you know? You could have not done that. The original PR company was actually like this little cabal group that does help certain creators. So to really believe that some creators just authentically find fame on certain platforms, that's a ruse. Just like Mr. Beast's videos. Hey, how about that? Who knew? And I thought I was being censored. Essentially, Mr. Beast broke the only golden rules of the internet. You don't mess with kids and you don't mess with cats. That's it. It's so simple. As more and more news has come out about Mr. Beast and this whole ordeal, another thing that you'll hear is that there was not just Miss Tyson. There's also an offender on set. On a kid's YouTube channel. God bless America. And just like that, red herring of a X message or whatever it is, right? An X post. They said Jimmy knew. Well, Jimmy Dunn knew. Apparently he sat down with Mama and even discussed it. Disgusting. And don't get me wrong, there are weird things that can get you put like on the offender list, like peeing outside, whatever, and these things are not as severe, but like, don't do that for one. And for two, it's not that. It's something much more serious. Another thing we see is that certain YouTube channels and using children for profit, right? It's got to be against some type of child labor laws, but apparently YouTube just didn't have anything about that for too long. I mean, I guess now they do. It's definitely there now, right? But this doesn't really change the impact on the children. Like, they are still going through this. They're still being used to make these videos, not just for Mr. Beast, but other channels too. That's why we saw some family channels like Ruby Frankie being sentenced to jail for her behavior towards her children on the YouTube channel and at home. Like, okay, I don't know. It's what fascinates me is the videotaping a crime, right? Like, why did y'all? Hard part about YouTube is there really isn't any security in this type of job environment. And when you are, you know, the creator, it's like, okay, I get that all of that's on you, but Mr. Beast went from, you know, saying PewDiePie bajillion million times to Squid Games, to being the personified human version of Squid Games and making that a reality. Just what we needed, right? And I do appreciate that some people are starting to realize that that's genuinely like exploitation of people. All knew what the movie was about. What did you think was gonna happen in the show? And for those of you who've been here for a minute, you know me, like all these little... The Ava Chris Tyson thing is not a little petty thing, but some of the side little petty things beyond that, they just don't seem as serious, right? So for me, it's like I can set that aside for a moment and let's really focus on the big chonky chunk of my video of what I truly want to talk about. And that is Mr. Beast truly a psychological operation? But like, genuinely. Like, what if Mr. Beast, like, think about it. What if he really was, like, at first just this genuine kid who was like trying to blow up, but then his intentions got skewed somewhere along the way, apparently, because he went from just like wanting to be one of the biggest YouTubers, enjoying the platform, to conquering the platform, and it never, you know, just not, there's nothing that will satisfy that for him when you have that type of drive in you, I believe. So it's gotten him into some dangerous positions, like many of them. This whole ordeal with Squid Games, there's so many issues already coming out. Players are already talking about it, and Amazon is probably crapping the bed right now. They don't know what to do. They're like, Mr. Beast, we're gonna support you anyways because you're well known. And yeah, and people really do just love when YouTube has issues with its creators. Like, people love YouTube drama and for YouTubers to have drama, because then people will trust the mainstream sources again, who clearly have never been forthcoming ever. So okay, that's a choice. I just find it curious because in Dog Pack's videos we hear about somebody from the show that had been on there. He's a comedian, I think. He seems like a cool dude, I'm just gonna say that. So they had put them in this isolation challenge, and they did not even turn off the lights, y'all. Oh my golly. And so the way that he explains like his being brought to talk to Mr. Beast in one of these circumstances, Mr. Beast was literally Dr. Eviling it, like sitting in his chair, turning around slowly, like with his hands like this, and everybody's turned, looked at this guy. Why are you pulling a Dr. Evil? Like, why do you feel the need to do that? Who hurt you, Jimmy? Who hurt you? And we're going to talk about that in a minute too, because Jimmy is Gen Z, not millennial. So why are you so cruel? So we must admit the timing of this is a bit odd. How has this all been just like, I don't know, I don't understand how certain things just get kept secret, but the timing is odd, we must admit that. And another one point that I really did like want to address is the fact that in Dogpack's video he shows that charity equals kindness, and that is one thing we do see a lot with Mr. Beast, is these psychological tricks, which we can tell that Mr. Beast is very interested in, because he knows then he'll get in the algorithm, more kids will watch, it'll retain more watch time, which means more money. So when you go to School for Psych and Soch, when you learn about these things, they tell you straight up, do not use these practices against people. Like, do not use these, what we're about to teach you, in a malicious way. He's one of those people that sought that learning out himself and decided, I'm gonna use it in the most malicious way. And I would love to be like, no, that wasn't his intention, but that's clearly his only intention, was to be able to have his brand considered to be very trustworthy, valid, adored, and respected, and it really does have this cult-like following. Why do I think that Beast really plays into the psychological operation of it all? I think it's mostly because it's been said, allegedly, that he had kept food and medicine from players on his Beast games, and that's such a dangerous thing. Some of these medications, like, are for people who might have seizures, things like that, and you just can't do that. You shouldn't do that. It's not safe, not the best idea. And even if they had to keep like a fanny pack on them with their like medication for that day, that should have been allowed. They should absolutely do that next time. If there are people like who need insulin, which there was somebody who needed insulin, you cannot deprive them of that. Like, you just can't, because you would have a really big problem on your hands. Another big part of this like Beast controversy, I guess, is like the Beast Bars not being able to sell. And it's interesting because they really did bring this out as something healthier, like the healthier alternative, because that's what everybody wants, right? But the truth is, they just shoved a bunch of ingredients in it afterwards and was like, it's fine, it was fine, making it, if not more sweet than the original candy bars. That's some trickery. That's some bamboozling bull crap. I do believe that the whole company and brand as a whole needs an evaluation. What he did, it is torture, and that is Wonka levels of torture. Like, definitely. Beast Burger has also been looked at as a failed attempt at a startup because of the ghost kitchens that they would use and the ghost teams. Like, they don't know who's making that food. They don't know if it's going to be good every time, but they allowed that to happen. And his answer for that is Young Beast signed a bad deal. But if you watch channels, and you'll see that his mother actually made that deal for him. So I just find that curious. So one of the most important things you need to know right now about Mr. Beast and what's going on with this situation, there is a lot of psychological operations going on, and that's not appropriate. And it's like, yeah, he might be doing this for fun, but what if somebody is puppeting the puppet master? Did you think about that? What if Jimmy's like, I'm doing this, I got this, it's all me, but then he's actually friends with like Elon or others who might have their own plans, you know, that they might be encouraging him to push out there. Just a thought. Not that it could happen or hasn't happened or already happened. It's already happened. But, you know, that's why we really have to make sure that we can critically think and make up our own minds for ourselves and not just flow with the crowds like they did at Astroworld. Remember what happened to them? It's tragic. It sucks. It's terrible. It's like this. It's another Astroworld waiting to happen. That's all. What else is there to say about that? So, yeah, and if you interact with the brand, you'll reap rewards, right? Like, rewards. And also, they want you to act in Beast ways, which is a call to action, which is more of that cult-like following. I think as adults, a lot of us know that a large part of Mr. Beast videos are scripted, but to children that I guess would be deceiving and upsetting, especially when the running joke is that he doesn't. But I thought it was meant to be ironic. Like, I thought that joke was like everybody knew that a lot of it was fake, so that's why he makes the joke. But it's really because people think they're not faked. Who? Besides the children, who? I want to know. Yeah, it has to be. Of course it does. Like, he's also dishonest about casting because they do throw a lot of employees and friends in there. And cool beans, fine. Like, throw a couple friends in there. I don't think that's, like, too terrible, but it is against the law because there are ways to go about these things that keep it legal and fair and right and just. And listen, if you want to do it, like, all willy-nilly and against the law, that's fine. But if you're gonna do it on YouTube and then say that it's open to the public and the public isn't involved and it's your you can see it gets really like obtuse, rubber goose, green moose, lava juice. Okay. Another one of my biggest issues before I let you guys go soon is the whole gambling thing. Like, gambling plus kids equals no, Jimmy, that's bad. But he didn't hear that. He was like, gambling plus kids equals good. And no wonder, I bet is he friends with Kanye? Because y'all, child labor laws are coming for you, okay? They're going to be like, allegedly, I heard the dip, you know? So, good luck with that. Jimmy knows. He been known. He's been getting kids very hooked on this, into the gambling. I don't know what he expected to come of certain things, but I don't know. And Mr. Beast is the Squid Games personified. Like, that is who he is. It's not just that he takes risk. It's that he allows others to take the risk and he gets sick pleasure from that. That's sadistic, boo-boo. Enjoying watching others get hurt, get bruised, get let down. These are not good things. One other really important part I want to point out, and then I'll let you guys go, and I do hope that you like, sub, and hit that bell, is that Jimmy is Gen Z. Does this matter? Yes, it does. Why? Let me tell you why. Jimmy is close enough to a millennial. That also means that a lot of the people Jimmy grew up watching and such are millennials. Millennials obviously used a lot of dark humor to cope with their up lives, like and such, right? That's like the millennial thing to do. Or am I the only one living off copium? Do you guys think that like melancholy and depression just became a fad for Gen Z and, you know, the kids of now? Like, no. I'm pretty sure that millennials patent that ish. It was like, that's on us, thank you. It's not a new thing, okay? It's just not. Millennials would bully the crap out of one another, but that's how you knew that you were friends. You know, like how else would you know that's your friend if you can't bully them into crying or breaking a limb, you know? And that's, I think, where Jimmy pulls this inspiration from. And also he has a very boys kind of group, right? Like, well, it used to be a very boys kind of group where all these guys were just joshing around and having fun. Well, not so much anymore. After Ava Chris Tyson stomped her heels in that floor, it was all downhill from there. And listen, if this is a genuine thing for them, live your life, boo-boo. Live on. Like, enjoy that. But I think that what really happened is somebody probably went to Mr. Beast and was like, listen, which one of you are willing to just... Which one of you needs the most money or, like, help right now? Okay, you... I have a proposition. I don't know. You never know. The world's a weird place, and a lot of things are staged or fake or false, and I'm not saying that everything is. Listen, bad things happen all the time. But it seems as though Mr. Beast has got himself in quite the conundrum. Probably shouldn't have left that PR group or the cabal that you were with in the beginning, but you did, so now you're here. Best of luck with that. Yeah, just be a good person. Like, why is that so hard for people? I don't know. And how old is Mr. Beast? Like, isn't he an adult now? Like, isn't his frontal lobe developed? Isn't he, like, old enough? Is he, like, how? You guys gotta let me know. What do you think? Is Mr. Beast using psychological operations on his subscribers and his followers? The answer is probably, maybe, allegedly. But that's just a theory. A Daisy theory. Anyways, yeah, don't forget, like, sub, hit the bell. Love you guys so much. So good to see you. And have a great day. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones first. Don't forget to become a member if you want to help support this channel. You know, that'll encourage me to do more work. More videos. No, I just been spending a lot of time creating clothing for you guys, so let me show you a couple of those and I'll let you go for real this time. Okay, so I showed you recently like what I've been working on most currently. Let me do that again real quick and then I'll let you know where you can get them and the prices. So have a super great day. You're amazing. Stay amazing. Don't let anyone tell you different. If you know that you're total BA and you're doing your best out there, that's all that matters. Okay, let's look at some pieces. It is new and it is medium. It is so cute. I love it. It looks very antique. It's fun. It's beautiful. This one is really cool. It's a bodysuit. It glows in the black light. It lights up. And it's just really neat. Really cute, size small bodysuit. If you're a mama, look at that. It's a little turtle with her babies. And it's really form-fitting. It's just really cute and cozy. Disenchanted with like the clothing industry and fashion and makeup. And I've always been one that's like, I don't want to spend more than $10 on anything. But then I gave that up for a couple of years and I regret that immensely. Look at this one. This is one of my favorites. I love the fairy dresses, you can tell, because my eyes sparkle every time I see it. It's a good one. This one's still available. The other fairy dress sold, so thank you guys, but there's still more. I'll leave some more pictures at the end and just thank you so much for your time because I know your time is precious and I'll see you soon. Bye.